guys, welcome to At Home with Shara C and to my craft room slash studio. If you are new here, it is nice to meet you. I'm glad to see you. And if you have been around before, welcome back. As you know, for Wednesday, it's time for a WIP video. This is my work in progress video. This week, I don't really think I actually have anything finished to share. I had a slight accident about a week and a half ago, and I got some projects handled to the point of where, like ends need working in. I've got things to finish seaming and things like that. So all the stuff today is crocheted. I don't believe there is anything that's actually been knitted on, except I did knit on my self-fringing shawl that I shared several videos back. I'll try to remember to put a link if I remember. Forgot to bring it upstairs with me though. And I'm still hobbling, so I'm limiting trips up and down. But let's get started. I bought, and I've already used all of it except for this little bit, in one of my Fridays Frivolities. I showed these. I picked up, I had not tried this baby yarn before, 2 skeins of Snuggly Wuggly Loops and Thread baby yarn. It's 100% acrylic. And I picked up a blue and a yellow. And with the yellow, you can see I have finished the little tie for the sweater, except working in the ends. And then I have the baby sweater crocheted. Again, I still haven't worked in the ends. I guess, as my mama calls them, we're going to have an end working in party. Then I started a second one with the second skein, which was the blue, and I worked in a yellow stripe. And I think I have enough, hopefully, to trim the bottom edge and the sleeves. If I don't, this will go in my scrap balls to be used for something else. So that's my second work in progress for this past week and this week. Then, let's see. This yarn is Crafter's Secret from Hobby Lobby. It's called Christmas Print, and it's a 12-ounce skein. It's a pretty large skein, as you can see. This little piece is the start of a second one of these. You can see all these ends that I have to work in. But this is an 18-inch doll, American Girl doll, Christmas dress. And I didn't bring the skein over, but I used white top stitching to add a little bit of a design for some lacy type edging. So this is part of my Christmas present production. So I try to always start my Christmas, anything I'm making, start in July. So this is piece 1. The second one is started here. It's going to be the exact same dress, perhaps with a different color edging instead of the white. So that was projects 3 and 4. Then, if you'll recall back my yarn haul video, the clearance yarn, I bought, I don't remember how many skeins of this Red Heart Soft in red. It's called Really Red. And I'm not even sure I used I know I didn't use the 3 full skeins. These are part 2, 3, 4, and 5, I guess, of my Christmas projects. They are all red hats. I have to make the pom-poms, which I have plenty of yarn left from the skeins of this, and sew in my ends. But there are 2 adult sizes, one slightly larger, one slightly smaller, and then a almost teenager size, middle schooler, I guess is what term you would use. And then there is an elementary school size. These are part of my, part of my Christmas in July projects too. So they're waiting on pom-poms, ends worked in. And then the last piece I worked on, I had 3 skeins of Red Heart Camouflage yarn. My husband was in the military for years and actually retired from the North Carolina National Guard. So these, he likes camouflage, and he likes the old school camouflage before they updated the uniforms. So this is all that I have left for my 15 ounces. Is that right? Yes, I believe it was 15 ounces. I believe it was 5 ounces per skein. Of course, I've tossed the labels in an effort to be efficient on my cleaning up. So this is what I have left. The sweater, and you'll see why what I have left is important in a moment. This is a crocheted sweater, and I have seamed the sleeves on, of course, seamed my shoulder seams, but I have not seamed my side seams. That still has to be done, and I have to add my ribbing to the neckline, the sleeves, and of course the waistband. However, I do not have enough camouflage. I don't even know if they sell this yarn anymore. They may. I've had it in my stash for years, like since my son was young. So I'm going to have to pick another color to do my ribbing in, and I'm trying to decide. So if you have any suggestions down below, if I should try to use like a black, try to match one of these greens, or even use the dark brown. So that is kind of the hold up on that part of this, but I've still got to get the sides and stuff seamed. So this is, and here's the other catch on this. My husband falls kind of right in the middle between 2 sizes. And the last camouflage sweater I made for him is a little too big. So I dropped down, but I'm not sure that this doesn't need to be just a tiny touch smaller, which is no big deal if it does. My son is the full size down, so I will just see if he wants it. If not, but I've actually enjoyed making it. So last week and a half, all of this stuff was accomplished because I was sitting on my duff all week, pretty much. So that's it, guys. That is Wednesday's work in progress. Thanks for popping in. I'd love it if you'd give this a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and click that button, click that bell to get notifications. And if you are a crafter, an artist, just whatever you're working on, I'd love to know down in the comments below. Give me some idea of what you've got going on. Oh, and I have another question. It is July. Christmas will be here before we know it. Time seems to be flying the older I get. And I remember when I was a kid, what I considered to be the old people telling me that time would fly. They were right. And my skepticism was ill-placed. So I'd love to know, are you already working on your Christmas? Your shopping, your projects, your plans, or just do you have Christmas dreams? Like I'm already dreaming of cooler weather because this heat wave has been killer. And I've been pretty lucky here in NC because I have friends that live in other parts of the United States that have been sweltering. And it's my understanding that at least as of last week, I don't know about this week, Europe was being slammed hard. So everybody, stay cool. Get to work on your Christmas projects if you haven't. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.